Good evening, everyone. My name is Parth Sharma. I'm a senior studying biology, and today I'll be talking about my research paper, which is about the misappropriation of American Indian culture by popular American music. Throughout the history of American entertainment industry, displays of Native American cultures have been very common. Native American cultural elements can be seen on uh, TV shows and on the mascots of various national sports teams. This makes us believe that portrayal of Native American culture in American entertainment industry is an integral part and nothing is wrong about it. However, the entertainment industry has spread uh, misinformation and stereotyped the Native American cultures and made us believe that they're one big group instead of 562 diverse nations. Steps needs to be taken to raise awareness about the Native American culture and nations within it. And in this paper, as mentioned before, I'll be talking about how the American popular music has misappropriated American Indian culture. In addition, I'll be defining various terminology that is associated with the cultural misappropriation and finally discuss musical example of singing red face. So the first term I'll be talking about is the singing red face. Singing red face occurs when a non-native person takes on the racial archetype of a Native American character through song. Singing red face artists, singing red face artists use racial slurs, mock Indian languages, and unauthenticate Native American music, as mentioned in the book. The wearing of feathers or war paints also perpetuates Native American stereotype. Not just songs, the example of red face can be seen in sports, fashion, and movies as well. The next term I'll be talking about is racial antipathy. It is simply a strong dislike, often tinged with the hostility towards individuals or groups because of their race. Uh, Due to the characterization used in Singing Red Face, one of the stereotype of the savage was heavily used in the old westerns. In the old, in the movies, the Native Americans can be seen standing in the way of land and resources that should have been available for true Americans. This representation of Native Americans as a group, it's like this represents Native American as unsophisticated, barbarous raiders, which is far from the reality. This presentation exploits the racial agenda that claims the average Native American as a lawless villain. The next term I'll be talking about is idealized sympathy. It is an idea that revolves around the subject of appropriation. According to the textbook, subject appropriation occur when a member of one culture represents the members of other culture or aspects of that culture. Many narrative in the movies, in the old Western movies, in the Hollywood itself, like the cowboys and Indians or the plethora of Indian giver songs are Indian giver songs are all example of voice appropriation that claim authenticity through propagation of racial stereotype. The next term is cultural misappropriation. Uh, it is an intentional theft of tangible or non-tangible cultural commodities by an outsider with the intent to be used for economic gain. Uh, the United States of America is a multicultural country. We have various foods and dances and cultural activities that belong to other cultures. Cultural appropriation, on the other hand, means the use of something developed in one culture context by someone who belongs to another culture, as mentioned in the book. Any positive cultural exchange that yields something of use to either culture can be considered as an act of cultural appropriation. One of the examples of the cultural misappropriation is as the textbook talks about, is about the tomahawk chop, which was originated at the Florida State University. It involves the entire audience in singing like and pretending to be savage Indian warrior going into a battle with a tomahawk. The normal fans would see it as a sign of teen spirit. However, the manufacturers of the foam tomahawks are profiting from this stereotype of native savage. The next term is the cultural confusion. Uh, it is a different from cultural misappropriation. In cultural confusion, when wrong information is presented to general audience about the culture due to misrepresentation. Americans have been exposed to countless examples of misrepresentation at an early age through smear campaigns in book stories, paintings, and other sources of entertainment. It is not the lack of knowledge, but the spread of false information about a culture is what constitute as cultural confusion. Uh, this confusion can be ended if the entertainment industry provides authentic representation instead of spreading the old age stereotypes. So next term is blackface minstrel. It can be defined as a theatrical group where white minstrels paint their face black and perform their act. It is similar to red face since it is a term associated with actions taken by a non-native in order to be perceived as a native of that culture. Lastly, the term playing Indian. Uh, it is basically non-native people dressed or acting like Native American Indians. The act of playing Indian is as old as the USA itself. There's a really famous incident of the Boston Tea Party during this was a protest when uh, like people were protesting due to import tax, and protesters wore feathers, headdresses, and war paints in an event, and that event is known as the Boston Tea Party. And next, I'll be talking about the example that I found in the textbook about the singing red face. Um, uh, it is the Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. There are various scenes in the musical where cultural misappropriation is evident. For example, in one of the scenes, Peter Pan lands and everyone forms a circle, and the characters Wendy, John, and Michael are at this initiation ceremony dressed as Indians. They can be seen wearing face paints, headbands, and feathers. And this is one of the examples of the singing red face because non-native people are seen performing Native American traditions. Another example is from the same musical. It's the mock Indian. It's mocking the language, and there's a scene where the chief can be seen saying something in a made-up sign language, and due to this false representation, there have been cultural misappropriation and confusion. To end the presentation, in conclusion, I would like to say that the presence of Native American Indian culture has been found throughout the popular culture. The portrayal of Native American in popular American entertainment industry has led to the spread of misinformation, which has been ingrained into the minds of common people. And I believe that more awareness needs to be raised about the Native American culture to counteract the years of misinformation that has been spread by the popular American entertainment industry. Thank you. That's all.